Jesus walks into storms before you ever see the clouds. When Jesus is your anchor, no wave can sink you. Jesus hears even the prayers you never speak aloud. The love of Jesus is the only love that stays on your worst days. Jesus lights the path you didn't even know you needed. Where Jesus stands, darkness ends. Jesus rebuilds what life tried to break. Your heart is safest when Jesus holds it. Jesus writes hope into pages life tried to tear. When Jesus leads, peace follows. Jesus opens doors that fear tried to lock. Grace is Jesus touching the places we hide. Jesus isn't late, his timing rebuilds miracles. Every sunrise is Jesus whispering, begin again. Jesus heals in ways time cannot. Give your burden to Jesus. He carries more gently than you do. Jesus strengthens what the world says is weak. Hope grows wherever Jesus walks. Jesus turns broken pieces into holy stories. Even in silence, Jesus is speaking to your spirit. Your smallest prayer still reaches Jesus. Jesus teaches us that love is stronger than scars. Where Jesus is present, impossible becomes small. Follow Jesus and you'll never walk in circles again. Jesus whispers calm into the loudest fear. Your tears are tiny prayers Jesus never ignores. Let Jesus be the author of the chapter you're afraid to start. Jesus gives rest that sleep can't. Hold Jesus close, and worry loses its power. Jesus doesn't choose the perfect, he perfects the chosen. When Jesus enters your life, everything realigns. Jesus sees beauty in battles you try to hide. You're never alone. Jesus sits beside the hurting. Jesus replaces anxiety with assurance. Let Jesus rewrite the lies you believed. Jesus restores what you surrendered. Faith in Jesus is strength disguised as surrender. Jesus fights demons you never even saw coming. Every season shifts under the authority of Jesus. Jesus makes the broken brave. Storms obey the voice of Jesus. Jesus knows the road you fear and walks it first. Your future is safe because Jesus is already there. Jesus loves loudest when life is quietest. Give Jesus a moment. He gives you a miracle. Jesus is the peace the world keeps trying to copy. When Jesus defends you, nothing can defeat you. Jesus lifts you higher than failure can pull you down. Grace is Jesus choosing you again and again. You can fall apart. Jesus never will. Jesus turns every "why me" into "thank you." Nothing is too shattered for Jesus to restore. When Jesus fills the heart, emptiness leaves. Jesus breathes life where fear whispered death. Walk with Jesus, and your past loses its voice. Jesus shines brightest in your darkest chapter. His love doesn't run, Jesus stays. Jesus builds peace in places you thought were ruined. Jesus heals slowly, deeply, beautifully. Your miracle has Jesus' fingerprints on it. Jesus remembers you when the world forgets. Let Jesus calm the voices of doubt inside you. Jesus doesn't abandon, he anchors. Where Jesus steps, victory follows. His grace covers where your strength ends. Jesus holds the pieces you thought you lost forever. When Jesus says rest, even storms go silent. Jesus sees worth where you see weakness. With Jesus, you rise every time life pushes you down. Jesus never asks for perfection, just trust. His mercy rewrites every mistake. Jesus is proof that love wins. Let Jesus frame your life, not fear. When Jesus fills your mind, worry has no room. Jesus is the healer of hearts that still hurt. Pray and Jesus will meet you where words fail. Jesus never forgets a soul that calls his name. His love is the safest place you'll ever stand. Jesus plants hope in soil that felt dry. Let Jesus lead and peace will follow. Jesus doesn't change, He changes you. Give your day to Jesus and watch it transform. Jesus brings clarity where confusion lived. His cross is the bridge to every blessing. Jesus carries you when strength quits. Choose Jesus, and chains fall. His presence is the promise you need. Jesus is the answer to questions your heart never asked out loud. Even your silence is a prayer Jesus understands. Jesus turns ordinary moments into holy miracles. His love is bigger than yesterday's failures. Jesus protects you in battles you don't see. Every step with Jesus is a step out of fear. Your breakthrough begins when you surrender to Jesus. Jesus writes endings more beautiful than your beginnings. His grace catches what your strength drops. Jesus stands in front of what tries to destroy you. When Jesus enters, peace arrives. Jesus waters seeds of faith until they bloom. He chooses you again, again, and again. Jesus doesn't just guide, He transforms. Your journey makes sense when Jesus becomes the map. Healed by Jesus, restored by grace, carried by love.